Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Breeze. Breezeway Productions The Breeze. We bring you the latest in independent films and film festival news, and we're happy to continue our coverage of this year's Slamdance Film Festival, the 2023 edition, with an official selection that we're looking forward to talking about called Cisco Kid. And we have director, editor, and cinematographer Emily Allen here with us today to talk about it. How are you, Emily?
Good. How are you?
Very good. Thank you for joining me today to talk about the movie. Tell me a little bit about Cisco Kid.
Cisco Kid is about a person that chose to move into a desert ghost town in southern Utah. Sort of just determined to live outside of the mainstream and have and kind of build up the spaces there a little bit.
Interesting. Okay. So where did this material come to you from?
So I was talking to a friend in New York about how I missed the landscape of Utah. I'm from Utah.
Oh.
And she said, well, my sister just moved into a ghost town in Utah. And I was just saying how I'd wanted to do a project there, but I wasn't sure what it would be. And so I asked for Eileen's number and we hit it off and they were open to the idea. So that's how it all started.
That is a trip. So what is it like living in a ghost town?
Yeah, well, it's a unique situation or a unique place because it's not completely 100% off the grid out in the middle of nowhere. It's off a freeway, sort of. Eileen does have electricity. Eventually they get internet, but no water is there. There's no other resources, there's no people, there's no hospital, there's no grocery store. So it was it's a unique place.
Sure.
The landscape they can't grow food on, or so it's it was kind of a trip. Eileen is just a really creative and I think they've always been someone that likes old things like antique stores, thrift stores. Their mom would always fix things up, that she would find. And I think they've always kind of been drawn to sort of that type of thing. They love old music. And then when they saw it, they were like, I want to live here.
Was there something going on in her life at that moment that she wanted to decide to do that, to leave other populated towns and then to go to live in a ghost town? And then when you got there, like, how did you settle in?
Yeah, just a quick note. So after the film, Eileen changed their pronouns to they, them. So
okay. I'm sorry. Okay.
That's okay. I mean, if you see the film, you wouldn't know that. Sorry, tell me.
I'm just what was happening in her life that to their life at that time when they decided to move to a ghost town.
Yeah, well, they were living, so originally they're from Milwaukee, but they were living in Chicago for a long time. And they worked like a seasonal job for the parks department in the city, and I think they were kind of feeling like they wanted to change, feeling like even though they love Chicago, it didn't quite feel secure. It's a big city that's constantly gentrifying and changing and in that way. And they happened to just take a trip out west. And someone they met, I think on the plane, said, oh, you're going to be near, there's this little ghost town. You should just check it out. And Eileen just drove through, and Eileen's sort of impulsive. And I think they just were like, saw the place and thought, oh, I want to live here and I can do something with this. Like I can be creative in this space. And somehow found that an old man that owned one of the pieces of property and offered him some money, and that was that.
What did you learn about ghost towns after you had made this documentary? Going in there, you didn't know what it was going to be like, and then afterwards you came out knowing what?
What did I learn about ghost towns? That's a good question. I mean, there's this whole history of all these small towns becoming ghost towns or abandoned towns because of freeways being developed, or kind of like commerce moving in other places. And so I think I just kind of learned more about Cisco itself in that way, how it used to be like a water filling place for the trains, and then the train technology changed and that started to empty it out, and then the freeway was built and that emptied it out more. And I don't know. I mean, I think I learned by staying there. I just thought, wow, this would be a really hard way to
to live, right? Hard
but
way to exist.
yeah. I
You
mean,
said
for
there is a
me,
lot
it
of
was
things.
sort of an adventure, but you know, it's not everyday life. So it's a very different experience for me than it is for Eileen or whoever else would choose to do something like this.
Yeah, I feel like the people that will be watching it also will be having their eyes open towards what it's like living in a ghost town. I think it's a really cool subject.
Yeah.
So when we were describing it, it definitely piqued my interest. And I hope our audience also is able to be interested in the film and check it out if they're in Park City. This is a Slamdance official selection. Do you know when and where your film will be screening and premiering?
Yeah, it'll premiere on Friday the 20th at 3 p.m. At the Treasure Mountain Inn, I believe in the Crescent Room. And then it's playing one more time on Monday, the 23rd at 1 p.m.
Nice. Okay. Well, we hope everyone is able to check that out. You can see the details below after the interview launches. And I want to thank you for an illuminating conversation, Emily, regarding your film, which will be premiering this coming week in Park City, Utah, at the Slamdance Film Festival, Cisco Kid.
Thank you. It's great talking to you.